So I've got the vacuum line off. I've got one bolt off, the front bolt on the vacuum pump. There should be only two, at least from the videos I saw. I put some tape around one of my power steering lines because I'm about to take those off. So far so good, everything's going good. I've got a drip pan catching the runoff as well as an oil mat. I think we're getting it out of there. It's like the plug that goes to the throttle body. They spliced into it for some reason. I'm sure maybe for some type of programmer or something. Yeah, the pigtail to the VP44 looks like it's been unmolested, so untouched. I can't wait to get a fuel system for this thing. All right, let's get this out of here. Okay, so that was a bit of a hassle, but we've got it out. Okay. Oh, I see. I didn't even take all of it off. I took it off here at this part, but I need to get this part out because this is the part that's leaking. Anyways, you can see here how nasty it was. All of that. I just have to take this piece off to keep that, but I think everything else is all good. So we're gonna take this one off and this one off and put those on here. Back at it today. So last night I ran out of daylight, but I've got the new pump in there. I got the new oil pump in there and the new vacuum pump in there. You can see it right there. Looks really good. Nice and clean. All my hoses and everything. So very clean. Everything worked out. It's I got some overflow from when I was bleeding it. So now what I have is we got to do the steering box. Now this is the steering box that came with the truck. Now if you see this right here on top, how many threads are left? So this, I mean, it looks like it's in decent shape. You know, you got some of the paint coming off a little bit, but all in all, like, it doesn't look like it has that much wear and tear on it. So we're gonna go ahead and throw it in the truck, and then if we have to adjust it, we'll go ahead and crank this down a little bit. But no matter what, this is gonna be better than what's in the truck. Now, you see everything is wet from me working on it. I'm gonna take this off right here. I'm gonna take the yoke off of the steering box right there. And then what I'll do is I'll take the 3 bolts that are holding this on, drop it. I do have to take the power steering lines out of the top of it as well. I tell you what though, it is nice having this mobile cart right here because, you know, I'm able to literally do everything wherever the truck is. I got a bunch of oil stains all over the driveway, but that's kind of part of it, you know. A lot of this actually did come out, but it looks a lot worse on camera. But I sprayed it with some degreaser and stuff. Obviously, I haven't really pressure washed it, but you know, once it's on there, it's on there. You know, only time we'll get rid of it. I'll go ahead and jump into it and see what we can do. Also, I fixed up my surging issue. So I fixed all the grounds. There was a whole mess over here. And so I've got everything cleaned up here. I cleaned off the posts and everything. Got it all cleaned up. I also was checking out the turbo wheel. There's no play. I mean, there's like a little tiny bit, but nothing more than what you would expect on a 180,000 mile truck. Definitely the stock turbo, but definitely bigger injectors. Found some holes in the exhaust, so we got to get a new exhaust. And I'm also going to do either the air dog or the fast fuel system as well. So, but the VP44 looks like it's in decent shape. The new injectors, and I get the new fuel pump, fuel system, it'll be good to go. Much better. Look at that. So tight now. Like, before it would go, you know, but now it's super tight. This exhaust has a nasty crack right there. It goes all the way around. So I'm thinking about making it an axle dump. Thinking I'm probably just gonna cut it off right there, put the tip on there. So let's see what we can do. that is much better now. Now there's no leaking crack or anything like that. And it goes straight down. As you can see here, it's not bad. I didn't really want to do an axle dump, but you know, I also don't want to spend $550 on exhaust either when this one is already good. This is 4-inch stainless exhaust, so this is good. I personally like the 5-inch, but you know, it is what it is. I did find another hole right there. See that? Now, I don't know how in the world that happened. Today is the day. The surface cleaner is finding a new home today. Got a gentleman driving up from Miami right now. He's gonna bring me $1,500 for the surface cleaner. So all in all, not bad. Definitely making some really good money on it. Honestly, it's too big for what I've got going on anyways with these units. So my Whisper Wash is perfect for what I use it for. So glad to see it's gonna get used at a new home, and super excited to see it go. All right, perfect. Oh, jeez. Okay, I think I got it. All right, perfect. This is a sick truck too. Flatbed, this thing is sick. The rear end. Dang, this thing is super sick. Wow. Chain links. Dang. That thing is sick. Wow. This guy's definitely got it figured out. This thing is so cool. These are like 44s. Wow. Super sick. Yeah, it does work. So we are at anniversary dinner. We came to a little place called Rumfish. You guys can see back here. There's a lot of fish that are back here. We're gonna go into the viewing room and I'll show you guys more. But super sick. Man, this is sick. We even got people eating right over there. Wow.
It's Riley and Zoe.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I had to go check in with my tint guy here and get the windows tinted on the old lady's car here. So got the windshield tinted 35%, okay? And then it's also got the strip on here, if you can see the strip. So you can kind of see inside, and then the side is 5%. Okay, so there we go. Another $100 toolbox. And the windows are super black. But $100 toolbox, not bad. It's nice and clean, shining. 70 inches by 21 by 21, nice and deep. Works good, so boom. Got the aluminum fifth wheel bed here, or tailgate, $50. $50 on Marketplace, and then got this big aluminum box. This thing is in really good shape. This thing is like kind of shiny still. It's a Husky box, but it's super nice. It's got beams like the support all the way up in here, so this thing could have a lot of weight on it, but really good shape. $100 on the toolbox, big toolbox. I think it's like 71, 72 by 21 by 21. Super dope. Doing a fuel pump. Ryan's car. I'm trying to figure out how to get the connections, but one of the connections on the fuel pump sending unit is pretty hard to get to. So super heavy duty degreaser. Super slow. You see how this stuff works out too. We got the fuel pump in there, and it starts better, but it still has the mad delay. So I think we have to do coil packs. These guys. All right, so there she is.
What's up?
All right, so we got the fuel pump done, but we need to do the coil packs.
Yeah.
And we got the car sitting back there nice and clean.
Yeah, she purty.
Super shiny.
She purty.
Yeah, bro. You too, bro.
Hey, I'll see you this weekend, all right?
Yeah, let's do that. He put his blinker on to leave the driveway. I'm fucking dead. What? What an old ass man. That is hilarious. The REDHEAD steering box. Excited to see what's exactly in this box. I know it's heavy as all get out. And then we're gonna keep this so we can send back our remanufactured unit for our cord charge. All right, you guys don't even know. It's been a couple of weeks I've been waiting on this to come in, so I haven't been able to really drive the truck or anything. But I was also waiting on other things to come in as well. So I got a bunch of stuff in, it's gonna be great. You guys can see it's already got the adjustment here. So there you go, perfect. Good old made in the USA, can't beat that. And I see that the center there, they filled in the center so you can't really adjust it, but that's okay. Damn, she's actually, I don't even know if you can do anything with it. So anyways, super stoked to have that. Can't wait to put it in. I had the blue top in there. I was the one that I first put in because you guys remember the truck has the stock steering box in it. Had it when I got it. The truck came with a blue top used steering box as well. I took the stock one out, I put the blue top in there. Obviously that one was not good. It was kind of tired, it was worn out, but it just was like binding up. I even backed the adjustment screw out thinking it was too adjusted, but it just was no good. So I've got the blue top in the truck right now. We need to pull that one out, and I'm gonna put the red top in there, and I guess we will send them the blue top back so we can get the core charge back. Fortunately, it's not the best place for me to film. It's just kind of tucked up under there, but just have the 3 bolts that hold the steering box on. I've got the two hard line, and I have to take the yoke off. I'll jump into there, I'll get it put in there, and I gotta go to the store, grab some power steering fluid. By the end of the video, we should have the truck driving and much tighter steering. Super excited, can't wait to get it done. So let's go ahead and see if we can get it knocked out. I got the old blue top out. You guys can see it there. I'm trying to keep my hands as clean as possible, but you can see it's seen better days, that's for sure. She is done. It was leaking all around the sides and everything. You can see there's a big old ding mark right there. That's from whoever had it before. And I just got done taking the oversized pitman arm off. Looks like it's from Rough Country. This is a oversized thicker one, so that's good. So I just got done pulling this off, and I got the red top here. I got my bolts here as well. You can see that these bolts are bent. They were all messed up. And this one, the tip of it is kind of gummed up. I already tried to put it in there a little bit, but I didn't want to mess up the threads. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna chop off that little bit of the bolt. It's only like the last 3, maybe 4 threads. I'm gonna take it right there at the bottom of that 4th thread, because all that hangs out, it grabs like right in here. So chopping off just this little bit right here will be perfect. Perfect enough, and then we can go ahead and get it put in. I was able to get it. Got the new one put in, got the lines nice and snugged up and tightened up, put the pitman arm on there, and I got the steering yoke on there nice and bolted up. Got everything hooked up, everything tightened up. I double checked everything, I wiped everything down. I even cleaned the frame and everything because it was just so caked up on there. It's just years of gunk and grime. Now the frame is all black and shiny underneath there. Took my time. It was a nice day to do it because the weather is beautiful. Well, it was beautiful. It's nice and breezy. It's probably 70 right now, which is, we don't have many more of those days left to be down here in Southwest Florida. So I'm gonna run over to O'Reilly's. I'm gonna grab some power steering fluid, put on jack stands. I'm gonna bleed the system. Whew. You guys pray for me. I hope this is it. I know that it's gonna be, because brand new steering pump, brand new vacuum pump, brand new steering box. So it is what it is. But check this out. There's both of the steering boxes there. That's the fuel pump from Ryan's car. But there's the stock one. There's the blue top right there, you can see there. And honestly, that one doesn't look like it was in that bad of shape, but it was all locked up and everything. So I'm gonna go grab this power steering fluid, and hopefully the next clip is a clip of me driving this truck down the road with nice tight steering. So So I figured I would just get both of these. I was looking all over the forums and everything, and everybody was kind of torn between the two. So I got the ATF Plus 4, and I got the regular power steering fluid. It says that it's safe for Chryslers and stuff. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just go half and half, and it should be fine, right? I just got back from the first drive. It feels much better. It's definitely steering much better, but it still struggles a little bit, you know, sitting still. And I know that, you know, with the big tires and stuff, it's going to want to roll a little bit whenever you're moving and you're trying to turn, but I don't know. It just feels a lot stiffer than any other truck I've felt before. I'm thinking that maybe one of those, the steering dampeners that's on the front axle, I'm thinking one of those might be bad. You know, I'm going to disconnect those and see if it feels freed up after that, because if that's the case, they're gone. I'm gonna replace them anyways, because even the bushings on them are all dry rotted and whatnot. They've got some rust on them and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if one of those is what's causing all of this in the first place. One of those might be damn near locked up, and it might be really struggling trying to get through that, and that might be what's burning up these steering boxes too. So I just took it for a quick spin around the block. I took it to a parking lot. You know, I did full lock on both directions, and I got out. I checked all the fittings, all the hoses. Everything is completely dry, so I'm super stoked about that. Sometimes with these projects, especially power steering, and you don't get a hose clamp on right, or something doesn't thread right, I really enjoy the red box. It's really nice. It already had the fluid inside of it for, I think, to alleviate any air pockets. Now, I made sure that I bled the system very well, and what I mean by that is I did I disconnected the pitman arm. I did it full lock left to right 15 to 20 times. Then I went and added more fluid. Okay, so I filled it up. I did the 15 to 20, and then I filled it up a little bit more. So I topped it off maybe 2 or 3 times doing that. So I cycled it 40, 50 times with the pitman arm disconnected and the truck turned off. Then I turned the truck on. I jumped back in the engine compartment and topped it off with a little, because it said it might, when you start the engine, it said it might drain, lower a little bit. It didn't lower any. Just maybe a little tiny bit. I topped it off. I left it idling. I went and got the girl. I had her come out, jump in the truck, and do the cycling full lock to lock another 20, 25 times. And I sat there and watched the fluid level go down a little bit, come back up a little bit. And it seems to be nice and full now. And I didn't see any, you know, crazy air pockets or anything. And it seems good. It tightened up overall. When I first started, obviously it was pretty loose. And then it felt a little spotty. And then now it feels a lot better. But I got it bled. I got it installed. Nothing leaks, so we're 95% of the way there. Truck is finally in a different position. I've had it sitting in the one position for like 2 weeks while I was waiting on this red top to come in. So here is a look at the toolbox. I didn't bolt it down yet, but you can see there's the toolbox there. It looks great. And then I got the tailgate thing too, which is sick. So it has the line. I need to adjust the latch on this side, but you can see here it lines up really well all the way down through there. It lines up pretty nice. The way that they made the metal, I mean, this was specifically made for this truck, so you can tell that you know, it's a way better look. And I put my hitch on there as well too. I need to tilt the bumper back up. I was also thinking about maybe getting a roll pan for it, but man, this truck looks really good. I don't need to get spaces or anything. It's got just enough poke to it. It's got a little bit of squat to it, but not too much. It's only squatted maybe an inch or so. But man, that toolbox with that fifth wheel tailgate really changed the look of the truck. The main reason for the tailgate or the toolbox was to try to make the bed look a little bit more normal size, but it's so hard on this school bus of a truck. Stoked though. The wheel is crooked as hell, but we're riding, and the AC is kicking on, but the blower fan's not working, so I need to check if there's a fuse, because my radio's not working either. And everything used to work, but once it sat for a while, who knows? But I'm just trying to feel it and see how it feels. I took off the steering stabilizers just now. Figured I would take it for a ride. It feels a little bit better, but I'm still not convinced. It might just be the size of the tires too. Who knows? So I got a new oil pressure sensor because this thing kicks on and off. I've got new of this, and the airbag, it used to say that it used to be a different airbag button, but I turned out, or maybe that one was turned off, but either way I turned that one on, so I still have the airbag light, but this thing doesn't look like it's been in a wreck or anything. Maybe it's just not connected, and then obviously the seatbelt, but my AC will kick on. You hear it on the engine, you can hear it kick on and then off. But my blower is dead, and my radio's dead, and my blinkers work, but my wipers are dead. I have no wipers, but my lights work, my dome lights work, and yeah, so the steering does feel much better, but I don't know, maybe I'll just have to grease everything up, and I think I can. It almost sounds like right there when I'm doing that, it kind of just stops, like it doesn't want to go anymore. So maybe I just need to be rolling or something, I'm not quite sure, especially with these big old tires. Also, I need you guys to tell me what axle this is. So this is it says AAM. So this is the AAM axle. And it has the 14-bolt front diff cover on it. You guys can kind of see that. So I just wanted to know what kind of axle it was so I could see possibly about the wheel bearings and whatnot. But you can see the ball joints don't look too bad. I just greased them up the other day, but look up underneath there. It doesn't look horrible. You know, they don't look horrible. And that one's just like it too. So I'm trying to figure out why the steering is being as rough as it is. You can see that everything's wet from working on it, but like there's no drips or anything, and I literally just got back from driving, so I really would like to know, but I guess we'll just have to see. All right, here's the transmission here. Get around it, so you can see what I'm working with here. Here's the motor side. That's everything you got going on up there. And then here's the trans. Here's the number for the trans. So if you guys have any idea, it looks like this right here is for maybe a trans temp gauge, I would assume, but I'm not quite sure. Get that little leaf out of there. But the gasket looks like it's in good shape. There's no drips or leaks underneath there on it. And if you guys notice, there's no transfer case. So this was a two-wheel drive truck. You can see the transfer case should be right here, but. And then I did notice that I got a little drip here on my output shaft. So, yeah, but that's underneath here. It's what everything looks like. You guys can see the shock towers and everything, how they did it. And then you can see down through here, the truck is really clean. There's no rust or anything on it. Very clean for what it is. And the exhaust. So all in all, it's not a very neglected truck. It wasn't abandoned. It was an abandoned project, but it's not very rusty or trashed or anything. So if you guys know where there's a serial number or something I can look at on this, I've been doing my own research, and it seems like it's either an old GM axle or it came off of a newer model Dodge. But I don't know. I need you guys to tell me exactly what it is. That way I know, because I've already ordered wheel bearings and ball joints and stuff for the wrong axle. So I'm actually going to drop that stuff off to ship it back today. Here's the underside. There's that hole in the exhaust that I found the other day. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to cut a patch of pipe, put JB weld all over it, and then I've got an exhaust clamp. I'll put a clamp around it, and that should be fine. You don't hear it or anything, so. But everything is pretty dry. I did work on all that stuff, so it's a little wet, but everything is very clean in here. The transmission is nice. Everything is clean. I just need to figure out the drip on that output shaft there. It's dripping all over the concrete constantly. But all in all, the truck's in really good shape.